Talk about Mediterranean culture, right? That's a big tent. You can then look at individual peoples there, both 2,000 years ago and today. The Mediterranean world of today is very different. It's gone through a whole lot of changes. But there's a part of that Mediterranean superculture, that whole area, that is retained in various Middle Eastern, North African personalities that belong to subcultures of the Mediterranean culture. And we have Middle Eastern culture. And there's various Middle Eastern peoples, some of which are more exposed to interaction with Western peoples this side of World War I and World War II. Changes. However, even though there have been changes made technologically and even culturally, Middle Eastern culture, generally speaking, acknowledging individual differences, is almost unchanged from before. When I use Saddam Hussein or other people like that, it's not to equate. Saddam Hussein is extremely morally dubious in many ways. So we've done this before at Bible Alive, where I show Saddam Hussein. Forget, these are not moral statements being made on groups of people. Rather, they are statements about what is culturally plausible in terms of reacting to enemies, to friends, to what people fear, to what people want, what people aspire to. A whole range of possibilities of what these personalities look to as ideal or what is proper in terms of behavior and what they have been socialized to and how they socialize their children. The more westernized and global things happen and in a given society, you're going to see inroads being made in how we raise children, for example. But in large sections of the Middle East, we still have this thing, we have this kind of child rearing going on. When I see a group of Egyptian Christians being executed horribly, I know that they have, all these males have perfect, calm demeanor on their faces, like lambs led to slaughter. Is that because the Holy Spirit has seized them and readied them for their martyrdom? Or because they have been conditioned and disciplined from the time that they are young and are expressing the honor of their God that way? Maybe it's both. Our own tradition says that grace works with nature, not against nature. Meaning, the Holy Spirit cannot make, if I don't have the natural inclination to be a pianist, all the Holy Spirit can give me will not turn me into a Beethoven or a Chopin or a Giselle. I cannot become because I don't have the natural talent. Nature and grace go together. You follow what I'm saying? So God works in culture. Oh. And the images that we have of God, St. Thomas Aquinas says, are rooted in human experience. St. Thomas says all theology, including the Bible, is analogy. And all analogy is rooted in human experience. And all human experience is culturally specific. The Bible, from where we read about Mary, is that an American document? So if we ever see Mary or Jesus buying American values, we should go, hold on, I'm not reading this correctly. These are Middle Eastern, North African personalities. It's a different society. It's a different culture. I'm trying to give you a taste of what that milieu is. And it is intended to be a little shocking because we are very ignorant and we pool ignorance regularly about this part of the world.